Hello. I am Goddess Just Be, and today we're going to be talking about the alchemist oil, my creation, the world's most powerful antifungal, antiparasitic, antiviral, antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory, antibiotic. Where do you place it? You place the alchemist oil head to toe, externally on your skin, but don't panic. It's organic, so it can go internally. But here on TikTok, I like to promote it on the skin because it is my knowing that a lot of people's skin, well, not the skin really, a lot of people's abdominal cavity is full of crap. And to get in there, you can penetrate through the skin, which is head to toe. The skin is the largest organ. It's my knowing that inside the abdominal cavity, there's fungus, there's parasites, there's a whole bunch of yeast. It is my knowing. It is my knowing because I know people that work at the morgue and they share these things with me. It is my knowing because I have eyes and I can see that protruding beer belly ain't magnesium. That humpback ain't bicarbonates. That be yeast, fat, bacteria, fungus, everything just wilding out. Accumulation of critters inside of the abdominal cavity. So, because I'm the creator of the alchemist oil and I understand this skin, and I teach people about eating right for their blood type, I have other ways to get inside of that large and small intestines with detoxes, with other offerings like my 7-day meal plan, weight loss cheat codes that you can consume up in here. So I promote the alchemist oil to be penetrated in the abdominal cavity by entering in through the navel. The navel, the central access point on the body. The navel. So how are we going to use this? I'm almost out. This is my carrier oil. You can see the little clove buds at the bottom, but we're going to use it until we don't have no more. So a half a teaspoon of the carrier oil, which is this bottle here if you get in the bundle, and only 1 drop of the alchemist oil. This is the alchemist oil. The powerful, the potent alchemist oil that we're going to be talking about that causes like a numbing sensation, burning, tingling sensation on contact. So we only need 1 drop of it. And there's an orange warning label on the back of it to let you know how powerful it is and to remind you to respect the potency. Yeah, that's what you're going to do. This is my personal bottle, so I'm going to use this because we got a little squeak of that up in here, right? So a half a teaspoon of the carrier oil to only 1 drop of the alchemist oil, and we're going to count it. 1. We're going to place that in the palm of our hand. And we're going to make sure that we stir that thing up because we don't want to just pick up that 1 drop because I told you it causes a little burning, tingling sensation. That's why it's not recommended for children. This one here, alchemist oil, is for adults. For children, they can use the carrier oil. All right? So we're stirring that up and we're going to place this in a spot that's going to immediately cause calm in our system. That's really going to be like the reset button of our body. We're going to place this in a spot that is going to immediately regulate our nervous system. And just in case you ain't noticed in the physical reality, the new currency is nervous system regulation, okay? That's the real currency. It's the real currency that you're going to need for all of them heart to reach manifestations. It's the currency you're going to need to get up into the golden age. It's the currency that you're going to need to ascend God, because you God in physical form. You got to regulate that nervous system, or AKA learn how to be still and know that you got. So we're going to place that inside of our navel. 1 drop of the alchemist oil, diluted with the carrier oil, placed in the navel before bed. Why is this important? Because we have yeast and fungus and overgrowth inside of the abdominal cavity from that leak you got, known as that leaky gut. From that hole you got, known as that ulcer. From that irritation you got, known as that irritable bowel syndrome. Or from that beer belly, known as beer's yeast. Right? So we're going to place this in our navel, and when we do, we're going to feel the calm. So we take a deep breath in and blow it out. It's so calm, y'all. I promise you. Take a deep breath in and blow it out. If you have your alchemist oil and it's nighttime, get your bottle and do it with us. Take a deep breath in and blow it out. And there's that. You, on contact, just send a signal to the bodies that said, hey, it's time to reset. Hey, support my body's elimination pathways, all of them. Support them opening so I can release. Hey, regulate my nervous system. Hey, calm me the hell down so I can carry my ass to bed. Thank you for trusting the alchemist all. Just by placing it in the navel, because the navel is the reset button. The alchemist oil in itself helps to support skin balance and odor control while unaliving these critters. And so the body's is going to go through an adjustment period and release what is not serving us. Now, when I say that, I'm talking about critters. I'm talking about the very reason why the man with the white coat would tell you that you are low in magnesium. Where the hell it went? You got a hole in your ass? Nope. You had a critter that was sucking your life force, your vital minerals, your vitamins, right? And that's why people be low. People with the big C, they really, really low in magnesium. Every last one of them, all of them low in magnesium. So where are we placing this? We're going to place this in the navel. 1 drop of the alchemist oil diluted in the carrier goes in the navel before bed. We're going to do this 7 days on, 2 days off. 7 days on, 2 days off. 7-2, 7-2. Or you can just do 7. But the man with the white coat will tell you when he's giving you your little rocks that you must complete swallowing all of the rocks, right? So there's no difference with this. You can stop after your 7 days. If you feel the energy and the clarity that you long for, you can stop at 7. You don't have to keep on repeating it. You keep on going if you want to decrease the load of these critters even the more inside of you. And you do another 7 and 2, right? But the reason why the reason why the person with the white coat will tell you to complete the rocks that they give you, thank you for trusting the alchemist oil, is because you want to make sure that you eliminate that said waste that they're trying to get rid of, right? It's no different here. I want you to complete the whole 7. Don't you just put this on your navel for one night. The whole 7. Don't you just put this on your navel for one night. I'm going to say it one more again for the people in the back. The whole 7 days. Don't you just put this on your navel for one night. Because you immediately unalive some critters in your abdominal cavity, aka parasites. So if you unalive some critters in there, they're going to be pissed off. They're going to want to square up inside of you. And the way that they square up inside of you is they secrete inside of you. They lay eggs inside of you. They piss inside of you. They're spitting inside of you and shitting inside of you. Because their goal was to become the host and you just unalive some of them. They're mad. So on day 1, the real reason why a lot of people say, oh my God, I had the best night. I slept so good and I had vivid dreams and I was astral traveling. And then in my dreams it was in color and I don't even remember the last time I dreamt. And I dreamt last night and then now I wake up. Now I'm using the restroom. I'm doing the number 2. I'm eliminating. This is what people are saying, how it supports them. They're eliminating waste. I was full of crap, but then now I had one of those bowel movements where I felt like I lost maybe 5 pounds. Bloop. Thank you for trusting the alchemist oil. All right? So that's how you use it. That's where you place it. Not just the navel. I'm promoting it for you to use it in your navel, right? To go to the central access point, because all of this here is where all of the havoc and all of the stench is in people's body. It's in the abdominal cavity. But there are other places that you could allow, because the skin is an organ from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet. The skin is the largest organ. There's other places you could place it. You can place it in your head, on your scalp. If you got fungus up there. If your fungus traveled from that brain barrier passageway and got in your head and is known as this thing called alopecia, thank you for trusting the alchemist oil. Then you got fungus up here. You just got fungus. You can call it alopecia if you want to, but you got fungus in your head. It got up here and it's in your head. And that's why you got that big film in your head not growing no more, because it can't grow through the fungus. Right? Or you got a fancy word called Parkinson or dementia or Alzheimer's. Well, you not only got fungus, but you got the critters. The critters that we're talking about, the parasites. Yeah, they pay by this brain passageway. And they call this here place in religion at the cross, right? The Abdullah Oblongata. Well, guess what? At the cross, critters on the cross. Put it that way. Critters on the cross, girl. You gotta get them down. You gotta crucify them. But nonetheless, we call this Parkinson and dementia and Alzheimer's, but they are critters in your head. And then you end up with memory, lag, no clarity. But God's not supposed to be having critters in your head. God's not supposed to be full of shit. So we're going to talk shit tonight, right? We're going to talk shit tonight. We're going to talk about all of the shit that the gods is going through. And then some of the gods are so ascetic inside of their system, inside of here, like, in there. They're so ascetic in there until their skin tells them, because they have eczema, they have psoriasis, they have rosacea. Rosacea ain't nothing but the critters on the cheeks right here. Critters right here, the little eggs critters. They just on the cheeks. That's what rosacea is. That's psoriasis and the eczema is showing you how your person is so aesthetic on the inside. Right? Aesthetic on the inside. So the skin, which is the largest organ, how you detox too. Everybody won't pay attention to the liver and the kidneys and the pancreas and all of that shit. But what about the skin is telling you? It's written all over your face. Right? The skin is the largest organ. The skin is communicating. The skin tells you, hey, I'm trying to get rid of this. I have a rash. I'm trying to get this out of here. Right? And this is why it's so important while you're using the alchemist oil that you do not plug up the skin. God, if the skin is trying to release, no Vaseline, no shea butter, no coconut oil right now on the skin, because you're on a detox now. Just because you put the alchemist oil inside of your navel, you hit the reset button. That started the detox. You open up the pathways to release it, eliminate, and you can't clog up your skin and lather stuff on that's going to stop it from breathing when it's trying to get the critters out. You hear me? So, I am the creator of the alchemist oil. What is the alchemist oil? The world's most powerful antioxidant, antifungal, antiviral, antiparasitic, antimicrobial, antibacterial, anti-inflammatory. Where do you place it? I recommend that you place it in your navel before you go to bed. 1 drop of the alchemist oil diluted with a carrier oil before bed. I recommend, just like the white coat guy, that you finish through 7 days on, 2 days off. At least 7 days on. Don't piss off the critters. When you piss off the critters, they're multiplying. And when you piss off the critters, they don't multiply by 1 critter here, 2 critter here, 3 critter here. No, thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands multiply. This is why the person with the white coat will tell you, I ain't got nothing for that virus. We gotta let that virus run its course. He ain't just running its course and just saying, okay, I give up, I'm tired of running, I'm going to just die out. No, it's running its course and it's multiplying. Its course is egg course, larva course, and now I'm a gangster adult parasite. That was my course. I ran it and I'm an adult. Now what you gonna do? How you gonna destroy me and all of my sharing? That's what the critics be saying. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but hey, you get the point. So you don't want things to just run its course inside of you, God. The biblical text warned you about this too. In layman's terms, the biblical text said, your house was supposed to be the house of prayer. But you done laid up there and turned it into a den of thieves, God. You turned it into a den of thieves in your mind, God, spiritually. Everything that you've been thinking, that hate, that envy, that jealousy, you dealing with the stresses of trying to please every damn body, putting a toll on you mentally and spiritually. Oh, God, it must manifest as this ease and this harmony. Because the spiritual world and the physical world are hand in hand. This is your yin and your yang, baby. Yin yang, light, dark, good versus evil. Everything in this matrix have 2 sides, God, but all of it is God, right? And so we manifest this ease and this harmony when we are mentally in our universe. This is your universe right here, God. Just in case you know, the universe is right here, yours over there, and mine over here. You got one, and I got one. So we be manifesting things within our own mind. Worried about bullshit all damn day. Thank you for trusting the alchemist oil. Envy, hate, unforgiving. Just you know what you be thinking about over there. I ain't gotta remind you about what you're thinking about. You think about it today, you think about it tomorrow, you think about it the day after tomorrow, you thought about it last year, you thought about it the year before. You know that. That stuff there, that's energy. Energy, frequency, vibration. You manifest from that energy. And it pops up. These are your principalities and your rulers of darkness, God, that you are fighting against. And they all in your mind. They just in your mind, though. Because I don't think like you. And your neighbor don't think like you. Your universe is doing the thinking and creating. Close your eyes for a second, God. Think about the things that you think about. Think about the things that you thought about all damn day long. The thing that you thought about more than one time today. That's your universe. Look at it. Is it good? So-called bad? Is it right? So-called wrong? Nothing is really wrong. You create both the good and the not so good, God. Now just think about all of the crap you were thinking about today and yesterday, last year. What you think about right now? Did you think about that thought already? What you think about love? What you think about wholeness? What you think about abundance? What's your thoughts about those subjects? Now open your eyes. Open your eyes, God. And everything you see, your status on love, your status on wholeness, and your status on abundance, it's in alignment with everything you was thinking. It is. When you close your eyes, if you thought all men wasn't shit, then guess what? You probably looking at a dusty right now, sitting on your car, on your sofa, right next to you. Because all men ain't shit, right? You hadn't thought that up. So anything that you have going on in the spiritual realm, it must manifest right here in the physical reality. So when you have principalities and rulers of darkness is in here, you know, your stress and your hate and all of that stuff going on in your head and your mind, well, guess what? It creates dis-ease in the physical reality. They got to show up as parasites. Because it ain't supposed to be there. You God, right? You ain't supposed to be holding on to that. Life is about flow. Life is about allowing. Life is about you being a vessel and allowing things to just flow. Right? Don't worry about a thing. Because every little thing is going to be all right. That's supposed to be you. Just you know, ease on down road. That's supposed to be you. Don't you carry nothing that might be a heavy load. Just ease on down the road. Right? That's supposed to be you, God, in the physical reality. But sometimes we have hiccups. Sometimes we forget that because this matrix shit, it be feeling so real. It be feeling so real. Right? So here we are with the alchemists all. Here we are with critters now because we manifested the damn critters because we were thinking critter type thoughts in the spiritual realm and we manifested them jokers. And now we're full of shit. Now we have this ease and got to do something about it. We're going to place the alchemist oil in our navel. We're going to actually perform pure alchemy on ourselves. Right? And as we perform pure alchemy on ourselves, we unalive these critters. Now I'm about to share with you 3 stages. I showed you already, really all 3 of them. The eggs, larva, and the adult parasites. They're going to be coming out your eggs, go. And really this is going to help you with clarity and your love, power, and sound mind. Because you can't really have sound mind when you have the critters up in here gnawing at your head all damn day. You can't even read the paragraph, you know, just one time and get clarity from it. You got to read it over and over and over and over again because you don't understand because of critters. Right? Got to get your mind back. So before I share with you the 3 stages or phases or releasing and adjustment and what's happening, I want you to think about this to yourself and ask yourself this here question and answer it to yourself. Don't put this in the comments. Don't tell nobody this here. That ain't their business. But we about to talk shit. And so some people about to leave the room. And that's okay. Let them leave the room. The question is, when you on the throne, God, are you a looker backer? Do you look back to see what came out of you on the commode? Right? That's the question. Don't answer the question in the comments. Nobody don't need to know. And please don't mail me no evidence of what the alchemist or did. I don't want to see no pictures of nothing that you saw in the toilet. Don't do that. Don't, because I'm going to block you. That's what I'm going to do, God. I'm going to block you from TikTok. So are you a looker backer or are you bougie and you don't want to look back? You just flush and you just get up. Ask yourself that question and answer it to yourself. Keep it to yourself because I don't need to know. As you're thinking about your answer to that question, type somebody. Could you type TMI in the comments? TMI, because we're about to talk about shit right quick. Yeah, I don't be seeing nobody on TikTok talking shit. They be talking shit, but not this kind of shit, the real shit, like, right? But we got to talk about it because some of the gods are full of shit. Because somebody type in the comments TMI. TMI, that means we're about to talk shit because I want you to understand what happens to you when you put the alchemist oil inside of your navel, the reset button, which will eliminate it so you can identify it on site. Because somebody type in the comments TMI. I'll wait for it. I'll wait for it. You right there looking at my finger. Could you type TMI in the comments? There we go. There we go. Thank you. I appreciate you. TMI. We're talking shit. Anybody come through the live? If you're new to this live right quick, yeah, I'm talking shit. Because on contact, placing the alchemist oil inside the navel is going to unalive parasites. And you got to understand or know thyself, God. Know what's happening to you. Don't walk around with my alchemist all talking about, oh no, this lady with white on, she sounded like she knew what she was talking about. She was blood type connection catalyst, and I just got it on the strength of her. Don't, no, thank you for the gifts. Don't do nothing on the strength of me. Do stuff that you know about. Thank you for trusting the alchemist all. So now you're getting to know. I'm going to educate you. Here we go. Number 1. Eggs. If you are a looker backer, when you go to the restroom the day after that you place the alchemist oil on your navel and you look back, you're going to see eggs in your stool. And I want you to know, God, what they look like. You're sitting on a throne. You had a release. It felt really, really good. Here's your turd. Yes, we're talking shit. If you're new to my life, TMI, we're talking shit. This is your turd, and there are specks inside of it. Now, these specks could actually be black. I normally say they're ivory, but they could be black or ivory. And they look like sesame seeds. And ironically enough, sesame seeds come in the ivory color, like tan or black. Sesame seeds are those ivory-looking, tan-looking seeds that's on top of a burger at McDonald's, right? So you're looking at your stool and you see these specks and you're thinking, well, I didn't go eat at McDonald's because I don't even like eating horses like that, right? So what are these specks in my stool? Those are eggs. Number 1, eggs. The alchemist oil analyzes eggs. Number 2, larva. If you're a looker backer, you're sitting on the throne. The next day, you put the alchemist oil on your navel. You slept really, really good. You had clarity. You had the most sound sleep, and your dreams were popping. You go and release. If you were a looker backer, you'll see larva. And remember I shared with you that these critters are going to want to square up inside of you? Well, the way that they square up is their secretions. They spit. Thank you for trusting the alchemist all. They lay eggs, larvae. They're pooping inside of you. Yeah, inside of you. Go on. Just like you have cellular waste when you move your arm. Right now I'm creating cellular waste because my cells are moving and they have waste. Well, the critters, they got waste. And oftentimes their waste is up in here. Where that hole, that leaky gut holes, that also hold was that, right? Where food and particles just leaking on out, so they're gonna go catch it. So now you got this funky ass waste, and this is why some people have odor that smells so foul. Feet funky, ass funky, urine funky, pits funky, mouth breath funky, right? This larva has to come out. So by placing the alchemist oil on the navel and you unlive the eggs already, so now the larva is up next. That's going to be the next step. Thank you for trusting the alchemist oil. So this looks like, if you're a looker backer and you look back, this looks like the consistency of mashed potatoes. Granted, the color of it is going to be, your brown or your green. Consistency of mashed potatoes, really mushy. It's larva, but the stench of it is so grotesque. It smells like tar. It smells so pungent. It smells like it's something that's been in there for a long time, right? Thank you for trusting the alchemist all. You gotta breathe up in there. You're gonna smell this smell, and it's gonna be unlike any other bowel movement that you've ever had. That's what everybody's saying. Oh my God, it was horrible, right? But in the words of Shrek to Princess Fiona, better out than in it. Number 3. Adult critters, adult parasites. Because the babies, they grow up. Your baby grow up. Parasites, babies grow. And they might grow into hookworm, pinworm, tapeworm. You don't see the worm before, though, right? Well, this time, the worm gonna be coming out that ace. It's funny that we deworm dogs, but sometimes the humans don't want to deworm themselves, even if they have a dog. Go figure. But I want to educate you if you're a looker backer in these worms, because all of them don't look alike, right? Every worm ain't created equal, so to speak. So you're on the throne, you're doing the number 2 because you place the alchemist oil on the navel and hit the reset button, and it supported unaliving parasites. And you look back. And now maybe this is a whole bowel movement, but you see they have red tears in it. and these red tears in it. They almost look like red tomatoes, like tomato skin or red skin of a red bell pepper. And you're a looker backer. You said you was a looker backer. If you're a looker backer, you're gonna look back and be like, wait, hold up, I don't fool with tomato skins. I don't fool with tomatoes like that. Why that stuff in here? Because I know God is just me. And God is just me has a 7-day meal plan. And in her meal plan, it told me to leave them tomatoes alone because tomatoes are nightshades and they cause inflammation in my particular blood type. Right? My offerings are available there, but we talked about the alchemist water. And so, how did I get tomatoes in my number 2? Those aren't tomatoes, those are flukes. There you have it. If you're a looker backer, I share with you what you will see in the commode after you go on your 7 days on, 2 days off, 7 days on, 2 days off. Number 1 was the eggs. You look back, you might see the mix. Number 2 was the larva. You look back, you might see it. But hey, baby, you ain't gotta look back. You gonna smell it. You gonna have to clean probably the commode because it sticks to the commode. Number 3, the adult critters. The flukes included. So if you looker backer, that's what you will see visibly. You will begin to feel support or energy, more clarity in your body because you get rid of some waste. The very thing that I said in the beginning of this video that was going to suck in your life force. Now, wait, hold up. You're being replenished now. Now, guess what? When you go to see the man with the white coat, he's like, must have been doing something right because the magnesium levels is leveling off. You ain't low in magnesium all of a sudden. What did you do? But let's say you bougie. You answered the question earlier, and you bougie. You say, I ain't a looker backer. When I sit on the throne, I just sit there and I just wipe and I just go and I just flush it and I don't look at that stuff. Well, bougie, when you get to number 2, smelling that larva, you ain't gotta look back, baby. You gotta breathe in the bathroom stall. So you can't get away from not smelling this tarish smell of things, of waste, of secretions from critters and old food, old fecal matter and things being released that was sitting there for so long because it was really the food for the parasite. But now that the parasite is unalive and now that you have put oil in your system, omega-3, which you was probably low in because if you got high blood pressure, your ass needs some omega-3s. And you got rid of the inflammation and you soothed it with the oil as well. And it comes down the slippery slope. Now even your pressure ain't even a thing no more. Right? If you bougie, not only are you going to smell this, but let's say you got your little bougie wet wipes. So you got a bidet. I got a bidet. Trust me, I ain't picking on you because guess what? My name in the physical reality is Bridget. And I like to say I'm Bridget. Yeah, I'm Bridget. So if you got your bidet, you got your wet wipes, it really don't matter because even with all of that, you still got to get that toilet tissue and you got to wipe that butt and then you come right here. Got your bougie. You might see an egg right here on the toilet tissue. You might see the consistency of that larva that I was sharing with you. Or you might see that fluke. Or, hell, a whole squiggly, long adult parasite might be right there. Saying, look at me. In your face. This you right here. Bougie. So nonetheless, it doesn't matter if you look back or if you're a bougie person. You will see for yourself through your own eyes, not because I told you, but because if it's in there vexing you, if you have any of those issues with protruding bellies and fat backs and staying up all night long with these food cravings and the freaks coming out at night. And when I say freaks coming out at night, I mean your food craving. I mean you not being able to sleep. I mean maybe you teeth grinding. I mean maybe you booty clenching because a squiggly parasite is doing this here to your booty hole and you clenching your booty all night long. I'm talking about those kind of freaks. You know how them children get the fever or they have the diarrhea? But it be late at night because the freaks come out at night. Make it start making sense, God. Stop letting the stuff go over your head, God. Thank you for trusting the outcome is all. The freaks come out at night, all that nasty stuff. So you be up all night, in the middle of the night, going to Circle K to get you, I don't know, Circle K sell ice cream? To get you maybe some ice cream, your soda pop, your Okay, you at the red light, and you right next to maybe a crackhead who on the bicycle. God bless the crackhead too. That crackhead God, and he on the bike with a 60-inch TV. You at the red light in your car, you see him at the red light on his bike with the 60-inch TV. You know what you got in common with the crackhead? The freaks come out at night. Your freaks got you too, because your ass is hostage at this moment. Go and get them damn cookies. Go and get that damn ice cream. Hello, somebody. I'm just helping you make it make sense. And you keep saying, thank you for trusting the alchemist. Or you keep saying, what am I going to do? How do I get rid of this food craving? Because your ass is hostage when you crave like that. That don't even much be you. You know you got a big back already. And you say, I can't help it. I know you can. This is how you help it. You got to unalive them critters that's knowing that you, that want more sweets, more. Because their job is to try to become the host, to take over. And if they become the host in your body, guess what? Night, God. You go to the non-physical, but you come back, you'll do it all over again. The biblical text says, fight against those that fight against me. Right? So this is your fight. And really, you're actually performing pure alchemy because in the physical reality, you're leaning towards herbs that was always created for the healing of the nation. And so you're going to depend upon the herbs because the herbs know how to be in alignment because you wobbling. You're the double-minded person. It's unstable in all of his ways in this moment because you got the cravings, right? Because you can't live without the bread. You know how the biblical text says, man shall not live by bread alone. No, you can't live without the bread. No, give me my beer. Give me my beer. Right? So you lean on the herbs, which will always there for the healing of the nation because the herbs know how to stay in alignment. All they have to do is surrender to soul synergy. So just allow the rain, allow the sun, allow the soil to feed them. Just allow. You somehow along the journey, God, you forgot how to allow. Because in spirituality, if your ass was allowing, you wouldn't have the disease because you would allow. You wouldn't pick up that envy, that hate, and that principality that you was fighting against. You would have allowed. Allowing was supposed to be the key. Surrendering was supposed to be the key. Being still was supposed to be the key because it says, be still and know that I am God. Thank you for trusting the alchemist. But you held on to some things, and because you held on to them so tight in spiritual reality, it had to manifest in the physical reality as disease. And here we are on TikTok talking about your disease, aka your parasites. But you cold with it. You cold with it, God. Come on now, don't get all into them feelings. You know you're the alchemist. You know you're the savior that you've been looking for. You know you called me for it via your subconscious mind to sup with you tonight. Universe to universe. Call me out my matrix and get me to go live so you could be here to hear this message that you thought of. Because God never asks himself a question that he or she don't already know the answer to. So you knew this answer already. It was embedded in your subconscious mind, but you just needed me as a person to tell it to you. But just you talking to you. You just chopping it up with yourself. That's how powerful. That's how whole you are. That's how much love you are for your damn self. You just here trying to remember yourself. And in remembering yourself, sometimes you get on the sick frequency. Ain't nothing wrong with being over there. Because guess what? God is a home. Get over there on the sick frequency with parasites. Thank you for trusting the alchemist. But you just wobble, ease on down the road on the other side. The health and wellness. That's what the goals do. Don't you carry nothing that may be a heavy load. Because in this realm, in this matrix, there's always going to be two sides. The good and the evil. The darkness and the light. The yin and the yang. The sick and wellness. And you just love playing with the frequencies. All of its frequencies. Here is the alchemist oil. To help you get off of that hurt frequency in the physical reality. That parasitic frequency. And get your ways on the other side, God. Because you said one day you wake up to this knowing. You said we was coming forth in physical reality for a soul's journey. But you got all into that damn ego and all that craziness. And you thought it was an ego journey. It seems like, yeah, it seems so real, your little person, your little 0.01% of you. But nah, my boy, this is a soul journey. Your 99.99% wants you to start with alchemy. Transform your energy and remember your soul's purpose. And your soul's purpose was to come forth to experience yourself. It's time out with them critters. It's time out experience yourself sick and sad and depressed and not knowing that you're gone. Quit playing. It's time for the golden age so you to wake your ass up and put on the whole armor of God. And to do that, you can't have critters knowing that you can't be full of shit. You can't be sick because God ain't supposed to be sick. Goddamn it. God's supposed to be love, power, and sound mind. Come on. Right? So tis the season. Tis the season, God. To transmute that shit. Transform that shit. Grow from the shit that you done been through. Learn from the shit. Because all that you've been through, you're going to use on the next frequency to get to the next level. And there's more and more and more. Because we're forever a student, always expanding. All right? But we're going to start right here. Because this is going to bring clarity to your system. Clarity to your person. And we're going to respect the person and the vessel. Right? To clear your chakra pools of energy so you can be in flow with the forces, the powers, the being. Which are you? This is your non-physical right here, powers to be, and this is your physical power being. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. Thank you for trusting the alchemist, all. Right? This you talking to you. Before I formed thee in the belly, before I came forth in the physical reality, because I was right here, I orchestrated this right here. Before I formed right here, I knew me because I was right here. And so in this journey, God, your goal, your purpose is for you to realize this here. That my I amness is equal to this here. I am this because I am everything and nothing. This is why you get kind of like discombobulated when people tell you ain't shit. Because it's true. But then when people tell you the shit, that's true too. Because you ain't shit and you the shit all at the same damn time. You get that going? When you become equal to yourself, then you get that, and you lean not to your own understanding. And you see you're doing all of this. Ain't not getting done. Well, you're doing it. Thank you for trusting the alchemist without you thinking it. Without you subscribing to it. Everything you see. And I was just thinking about somebody. And they called me. Dang. I knew he wasn't no good. How you knew, God? How you knew, God? Then you thought he was no good, and he manifested. He ain't shit, right? All the while, your ass was. I knew he was gonna cheat on. How you knew that, God? How you knew? All the while, you just knew and you knew, and I knew this, and I knew that, and I knew that. But you seem to not want to know or remember that your ace is God, though. That's where I come in at. Your subconscious mind here tonight, reminding you. I probably gonna be on tomorrow night too. Catching somebody else. Or guess what? I don't come at the same time. If I catch you tomorrow, God, ooh, alignment. I never come on at the same time, and yet here we are. We keep finding each other. You ain't gotta tap the screen. You gotta share live. You ain't gotta do none of that shit. Cause I know you feel me, and I feel you too. I know you hear. I know you hear every damn word that I say out of my mouth. I never come scripted. I don't never know what I'm going to say. I understand that this body is a vessel. And then they got these thoughts in this here realm right here. And none of these thoughts are my original thought. There's no original thought. It's just a whole gang of thoughts. Like, right? My inner being, which is my 99.9%, it's right here. And if I just come with the body, the vessel, and I sit my ass in this chair, I get the words from my inner being, my 99.99%, to tell you all, or really to tell myself what I want to say on this live. Because in my universe, guess what? It's just me over here running the show too. Right? But somehow you're connected to mine. And so the things that I'm saying from my inner being, you need to hear it. You see, all of this is energy, frequency, and vibration, and it's gonna be in alignment just like that. Like, I don't really know you, but I don't even know you at all in your person. because I know you're here. Because we just one. Like I'm you, me. We just chopping it up in the quantum field. Right? Thank you for trusting me, Alchemy Soul. And all you're getting, get an understanding of the totality of God. In Him you live, you breathe, you have your being. And this journey is about experiencing the totality of God and not holding on. Don't you hold on. Don't you hold on too tight to shit. Because holding on to anything is equal to resistance in this realm. Oh, resistance. Oh, that resistance. It really hurts. But you was holding on to it. You created the resistance because you held on. And I get it. Sometimes we're mothers, we're fathers, we're sisters, we're brothers, we're lovers, and friends. But that is why it's so important to me to know what you really are and what everybody else is really stemming from. We're all stemming from the same pot, the same oneness of God. And it's all about the expansion of God, the experiences of God, the love of God. It really is. And I don't want to confuse you with that. Thank you for trusting the alchemist. So I don't think you too. I don't want to confuse you with that because in the Matrix, some people think when I say the love of God, like when I was a child, I spoke like a child, I thought like a child, I behaved like a child. So when I was a child, I thought this shit too. Yeah, I thought they were saying, you gotta just love. You just gotta love and do you well. You just love and you just be nice and you just, oh God, this shit hurts and why me, God? That causes suffering because that's really resistance right there. It ain't about being nice and just loving like that. I'm talking about with your wisdom on board. I'm talking about with the whole armor of God. I'm talking about your yin and your yang, your good and your evil on board. Yeah, nice for what? I mean being kind. I mean having structure about yourself. I mean putting on the whole armor of God. I mean that kind of love right there. Because it takes love for you to understand yourself like that. To understand like, no. I can't just be on one side of God. I got to understand the totality of God. Because if I only understand His, I don't really understand the quarter. I got to flip it over to see what the tails look like. Because that's God. God is the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. Right? So in order for you to embody the totality of God, you got to embody all of yourself. In the physical reality, some of the low frequency people know this already because that's why men love bitches. Because a bee knows how to do both sides. It's like the bee is sovereign, and a nice girl, she just get a wet ass in a dry purse, and she think the universe ain't nice to her. She think life ain't fair. Well, I ain't saying subscribe to that foolery. I'm talking about put on the whole armor of God. Be kind, but understand that there's a devil and a so-called angel on each side. Together, you put them together, and that is the freaking love of God. You being sovereign. That is wholeness. That is abundance and love. That's your love, your power, and your sound mind on board. Finally. That's the marriage of the bride and the groom that they talk about in the biblical text. Finally. The universe is not nice. Don't subscribe to being nice. God, you probably know better already. The universe is not nice itself. It's precise. So when you put on the whole armor of God, you have your wisdom about yourself and your sound mind and your love. Now you can be precise because you have structure. When you learn stuff about yourself and get to know yourself, you can be more precise with your temple because now you have structure. Now you have clarity. Now you have certainty. Oh, you going places, God, when you pick up the whole armor of God. You didn't perform pure alchemy on your own self. You hear me? Good stuff. Well, I just came here to chop it up with you. I wanted to talk to you about the alchemy's oil, the world's most powerful antioxidant, antifungal, antiparasitic, antiviral, antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory. But my inner being gave me a little message for you too on top of that. Click on the orange shopping cart if you are interested. Click in the comment section. Type a comment if you have any questions for me. If not, I'm about to get up out of here. And this download has really been enlightening. I really appreciate our time and I enjoyed it immensely. All right. Let's see if we got any comments up in here because I wasn't looking at the comments at all. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, thank you for the orders. Adult critters. Yep. Eggs, larvae, and then adult critters. Fibroids and stress. Cysts. Same difference with this health my stomach. Yep. We talking about all of that. Don't panic. It's organic because I promoted over here. External use. Put it in your navel, on your skin, on your health, on your scalp. But you can consume it. It's the same organic oil that I have over here when you call me back over here. But on the TikTok shop, I just list it as an external thing because I want the people to start to learn about their skin and putting things in that navel, the reset button. Alright? How to use the oils. I showed that. I'll show again. You place a half a teaspoon of the carrier oil. This is if you get the bundle, you get both of these. You place a half a teaspoon of this one in your hand. Only one drop. Because this is the powerful alchemist oil itself, of the alchemist oil in your hand. Mix it together and put it in your navel before bed. 7 days on, 2 days off. Or you could just do 7 days if that's all that you need. Because we are at different frequencies, right? Some people are more toxic than others. But at least 7. Don't just do it for 1. 7 days on, 2 days off. 7 days on, 2 days off. That's how to use it in the navel. Can you tell us about the oil? Yes, I did. You look good. Hey, King, thank you. How do you take it internally? Same way. Half a teaspoon, and internally you could use up to 3 drops. Half a teaspoon of the carrier oil. You must have a carrier oil. It must be diluted. If it is not diluted, it's going to tingle. It can't burn even better. All right? So you dilute it. It is very, very, it's 100% pure. And so that's going to be its properties working. And so you must dilute it. I do not recommend castor oil as your carrier oil. That's why I created the bundle because I'm a blood type connection catalyst. And castor oil is not highly beneficial for all blood types. But if you do what you want with it, if that's what your oil choice is going to be, go ahead on. I ain't going to fuss with you in your universe. You do what you want to do over there in your universe. Okay? Okay, any other questions? Let me see. So that's what I just shared, how you take it internally. Also want to share before I get up out of here. If you only get the oil, you are going to need a carrier oil. This is how the oil itself, the alchemist oil itself looks. This is your little thank you card. God is just feet. I signed that. This is the box it comes in. This is a one that, this extra one that's sitting here on this table. This is a Ziploc bag that's zipped. And I'm showing you this here because I want you to see that I ain't playing about how powerful this here is. All the precautions that I'm going through, just in case in transit, something were to happen. I want to make sure this is sealed. These are the directions that we talked about tonight. This here is a bubble wrap. This is the same thing as this one here that don't have a bubble wrap, right? So without the bubble wrap, you'll see that there's an orange label on this here. This orange label reminding you, hey, it's potent. Hey, you must dilute it with a carrier oil. Don't forget what the lady said. These are directions right here. If you could look closer right here, you'll see a black piece of tape right there. You see that tape? I seal or turn this as tight as I can, and I put on tape on there. One person that gave me a 5-star review, he left in the comments that he didn't know if the postal service had tampered with it. No, that's me. I put that tape right there. That postal service didn't do that. I did that right there. But he still gave me a 5-star review. He just didn't know because of the tape. So even in addition to this here, the warning label, the directions, the sealed tape, the tightening of it, I put a bubble wrap on it. Even with the bubble wrap on it to help secure it so it won't break, I put another warning label right here. Keep out of reach of children. Keep out of reach of children. Keep out of reach of children. Children can't use this one here. But children can use the carrier oil. So the carrier oil can be put on the children's feet. The children can use this as a deodorant. Actually, when you get out of the shower, it'll be perfect to put on the soles of your feet, maybe on your scalp, underneath your armpit, and you're going to find that the odors under your armpit will be less. So that way you can now use less or wear less deodorant, so you don't be raunchy. When you get rid of those things that's causing the odor, which is the parasites and the fungus and yeast in the abdominal cavity, then you don't stink. God's not supposed to stink. God's not supposed to be full of shit. God's not supposed to be raunchy. So that's that. So all of that comes together in this ear Ziploc bag. And also for if the postal service guy somehow put something heavy on it. So he'll see that warning if it's leaking. He'll see that warning. Hey, it must be diluted. Don't dilute this with water. Please don't dilute. Somebody put this in the comment. No water. No water. Do not dilute the alchemist oil with water. It's going to make it more powerful. You need a carry oil. Somebody type no water. No water, no water, no water, no water. And don't talk about how I say water. I felt myself because baby talk about how I say the word water. No water. No water. However you say it, you know what I'm talking about. Don't dilute it with water. Dilute it with a carrier oil so it can sop up that tingling or that burning sensation. Do not dilute it. Thank you, Peaceful. Thank you, Naveek. Maybe it's a Naveek. No water. No water, no water, no water. Any other questions? Thank you for joining, Freedom. Thank you. So y'all got it? Anybody that came in late that need, oh, I got it right? Okay, cool. Anybody came in late that needs to hear any part? Which part you missed? You know what the alchemist oil is. The world's most powerful antioxidant, antifungal, antiparasitic, antiviral, antimicrobial. We talked about the stages of parasites and how they're unalive and what you'll see. If you're a looker backer, when you sit on the commode, I taught the evidential facts of eggs, larvae, and adult critters that's going to be coming out that eggs. And when they come out of your system, it's likened to you having more clarity, more energy, being more vibrant, because now your vital minerals aren't being sucked away. Hence, people are low on certain, minerals or deficient because they're probably getting it. What's happening to it? The critters be taking your life force in real time. This is why people can't lose weight. This is why people, full of crap and got their love handles that they're going to embrace their big back. They're going to embrace because they feel like they don't have control no more. Because the critters got them up, held hostage in the middle of the night, doing all kind of things to their body that they don't want to know, but they don't know how to control. I am a blood type connection catalyst. If you need any other of my resources, so per se, call me back. Because they are there. The blood type, the 7-day blood type meal plans are there. I have courses there. I teach esoteric knowledge. That's why we talk about consciousness on here. I just put it all together because guess what? It's like a big old gumbo. Just put that roux up in there. It's all that flavor. That seasoning, herbs and spices and stuff. My lives, we just full of everything, right? But I teach esoteric knowledge on Sundays as well. So if you need, and for those who have hormonal type issues, wild yam butter, call me back for that too. Somebody was telling me about, asking me about fibroids or whatever. So this year is, that issue is pretty much an indicator of hormonal imbalances, just kind of like thyroid issues are, to be honest. It's toxicity mixed with hormonal imbalances. So really both the wild yam butter and the alchemist oil. The alchemist oil is going to be necessary for us all because we've got to get rid of the critter, the source. The source is always leading back to a worm, y'all. It's always leading back to a parasite. Thank you for trusting the alchemist oil. And so the wild yam butter, if you call me back up there, you can get the wild yam butter and you place place a fingertip amount on your skin twice a day if you're a woman and only once a day if you're a man. This is for men and women because sometimes men got big booties and big, girl tits, kind of right, because of that estrogen from the milk, maybe estrogen from them chicken bones that they love to eat. But chicken is the worst as it pertains to hormones. If you had your blood type meal plan, you would know that chicken needs to be eliminated if you have fibroids. Whoever that person was, eliminate chicken from that diet. Get you some wild yam butter to balance the hormones. Call me back if you need this year. But to the core, everybody in the physical reality, especially if you have cats, especially if you have dogs. Because that dog scooting his ass on that carpet or on that rug is indicator that his booty is clenching, right? He using your rug to write them eggs on the floor. Then you go walking on that rug and it goes into your feet. And now you got them. Even if you don't walk on that rug, if you got a pet, you got them. Because these critters are microscopic, and they get in your skin shed, they hair shedding, y'all just mixing and matching little parasites, just passing them back on to each other. But the craziest thing about the pet lovers is that they get them dogs dewormed and stuff. They take care of them pets. Here is your deworm one, okay? It's time. It's the season. All right, take care of yourself. Let me see if I missed some more stuff. Anything else? Okay. What kind of oil? How would, how do you know when it's working? Oh, what kind of oil you mean? I'm thinking that you mean what kind of oil to use as a carrier oil. Is that what you're saying? Tell me more about that. What kind of oil? The alchemist oil is the kind of oil that I have. If you're not getting the bundle, or you're asking me what kind of oil that you dilute it in, tell me more about that. Intentionally. How you know when it's working? You're gonna know when it's working based upon how you feel. You're gonna know immediately that it's working because it's gonna calm you. This is the reset button, and when you place it on there, it's like you're doing a self-care ritual. It's like it's so relaxing. You're gonna know because you're gonna go to the bathroom. You know, you're gonna sleep better. You're gonna go to the bathroom. You're gonna be eliminating a lot more of that load. You're gonna know because your skin is gonna clear, baby. You're gonna know because your pain will go away. You're gonna know because maybe the pinky toe that you put it on ain't gonna have fungus on it. You're gonna know because you're gonna feel the draining sensation from the fungus in your head if you have alopecia, which is fungus in the head. You're gonna know so many ways. Check out the reviews. You can call me back and check out reviews over there, or you can go down there in the orange shopping cart below and check out the reviews right there and see how them people know. They say how they know. All right. Let's see. Hi, is there an expiration date on the oil? I bought some over a year ago, but haven't used it at all. What? A year ago? Like, yeah, like 2 years. 2 years. 2 years. It lasts about 2 years. You haven't used it in a year? What you been doing in the whole year? The cute accountant. You been counting beans, you bean counter? I went to school for accounting, and look at me. You was counting beans, I know, huh? Them accountants be busy, because all you do is just count beans all damn day. That's why you didn't use oil in the whole year. Put them beans down and use that oil. At least for me, that's what my job felt like. I was counting beans all damn day. Just count beans. You're welcome. All right, I got it. You look good. Thank you. I got mine yesterday. Oh, okay. Which one did you get? Anybody else? Could you type got mine in the comments if you have yours already? So intentionally, you only got the alchemist oil, and you need a carrier oil, or you got everything you need? Did you get the bundle? Anybody else that's here that got theirs? Could you type got mine in the comments so I can see your name while I'm looking at the comments? Anybody? Yep, I only got the one. Oh, okay. Got mine today. Thanks. Oh, yeah. Hey. Self-made. Oh, I remember seeing that name because I like that name with the 888 because I put 8s on the end of my prices on my site and that name just stood out and then it said self-made. I like that. So, yeah, you only got one. So that means you need a carrier oil. So for a carrier oil, let's have connection catalyst. And I always am mindful of what I share with you all. Use olive oil if you're going to use a carrier oil. Use olive oil both internally and externally, depending upon the way you want to use it. But use olive oil since I don't know what your blood type is. You know, that's what I would highly suggest. That's what I would do. Because some of them oils are not good for all blood types, and I'll leave it at that. I'm happy. Y'all getting y'all stuff, and make sure you write a review. If you're watching me and you have yours already, please be sure. Please be sure that you write a review. Some people are leaving reviews, but I don't know. Everybody ain't. I don't know. I guess they're counting beans too. Some people are accountants and they don't have time to leave a review. Just like this accountant didn't have time to use the alchemist all in the year. Maybe y'all don't have time. I don't know what y'all be doing. But anyway, I'm about to get up out of here.